Namaskar, good morning to everybody.
गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन, सभी का स्वागत है। और ये पहली बार ऐसा है कि हमारे भोपाल संभाग के इतने सारे लोग हम एक साथ जुड़ पा रहे हैं। ये एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण होने वाला है जहां पर प्राचार्य के साथ हजारों शिक्षक साथी विद्यार्थी हमारे बीच जुड़ेंगे। इस शिक्षक दिवस पर मेरी ओर से सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं, अभिनंदन, बहुत बहुत बधाई। जैसा कि आप सभी को पता है कि ये एक संभाग स्तरीय कार्यक्रम है और इसमें हमारे बीच हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं श्री सौम्य श्रीवास्तव सर, उपायुक्त केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन भोपाल संभाग, सहायक आयुक्त सुधा झा मैडम एवं रानी डांगे मैडम। हाँ, और हमारे साथ अन्य गणमान्य व्यक्ति भी मौजूद हैं। तो सर, अगर आपकी अनुमति हो तो हम आज का ये कार्यक्रम प्रारंभ करें।
मतलब जो कुछ भी दिख रहा था सब कुछ व्हाट्सएप पे।
माननीय उपायुक्त महोदय से अनुरोध कि कृपया अनुमति प्रदान करें। सर, कैन वी प्रोसीड?
Yes.
ओके, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। इस शिक्षक साथियों के लिए इस विशेष दिन पर आज हमारे बीच में विशेष रूप से उपस्थित हैं डॉक्टर श्रीमती डीपी सिंह मैडम। वो किसी परिचय का मोहताज नहीं है, जैसा कि आप उनसे कई बार आप शायद उनको सुन चुके हों। वो MLB कॉलेज, जो PG कॉलेज है भोपाल का, इसकी भूतपूर्व प्राचार्य रही हैं। इंग्लिश विषय के साथ इन्होंने अपने जीवन के कई वर्षों को बिताया है और एक अलग पहचान है, एक शिक्षाविद के रूप में ये जानी जाती हैं। और हम आज बहुत ही सौभाग्यशाली हैं कि माननीय डीपी सिंह मैडम हमारे बीच मौजूद हैं। तो मैं अधिक समय न लेते हुए यहाँ पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा माननीय श्री डीपी सिंह मैडम को कि वह इस शिक्षक दिवस के अवसर पर, जो कि हमारे सभी के लिए बहुत ही विशेष स्थान रखता है और जहां पर हम लोग पहली बार इतने लोगों के साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, आप अपने विचारों को व्यक्त करें और हमें आशीर्वाद प्रदान करें। माननीय श्रीमती डीपी सिंह मैम, ओवर टू यू मैम।
बढ़िया।
Good morning to all respected teachers and students. Happy Teachers Day. It's a very special day, a festive day for all teachers and students, as it highlights the relationship, the sacred relationship between teacher and. In the words of Abdul Kalam Azad, a student spends 25,000 hours in the campus. The school must have good teachers, best teachers, who have the ability to teach, love teaching, and build moral values. The quality education is the need of the hour, and the teachers are required to give quality education to all their students. Teachers' Day is celebrated on 5th of September. It is the birthday of our President, second President of India, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Dr. Radhakrishnan was a great thinker, a great philosopher, and a great teacher too. He was hosted in Calcutta University and was a professor of philosophy. I have heard him many times, you see. He spoke so well, so loudly, so authentically, and with so much confidence that it always appealed to my heart. And then he became the president of the country. See, on the 5th of September, when he became the president of the country, on the 5th of September, some of his students and friends approached him. They wanted his permission to celebrate his birthday. Dr. Radhakrishnan replied that it is not necessary to celebrate the day separately. We must celebrate it jointly. So let the 5th of September be the Teachers' Day. So in 1962, when he became the President of India, this day, from that day onwards, has been celebrated as the Teachers' Day. In reply to the request made by the students and teachers and friends, now it is the proud privilege of the country to celebrate this day and observe this day as Teachers' Day, because teachers hold a very respectable position in the society. They are the builders of the nation. They are the builders of the students who will be the responsible citizens of the country. Teacher is no less than parents. It is said that a student or a child learns the first lesson of citizenship between the care of the father and kisses of the mother. But his second home is the school. Here his character is molded, and the teachers are no less than parents as they introduce the students to the world, imparting knowledge. And so Teachers' Day is always a very special day for the students, irrespective of any age. It is celebrated as a tribute to the valuable contribution made by the teachers to the society by imparting knowledge, enlightening, and shaping the career of students. You know that Guru word, they are known as Guru or Adhyapak or Master. Guru word consists of two letters, Gu plus Ru, which means the one who dispels darkness and brings light in the life. So the teacher also dispels the darkness of ignorance and enlightens the mind of the student. There is a proper saying, Acharya.
Excuse me, madam. Unmute कर लीजिए, madam. You got muted. आपने अपने आप को mute कर लिया है. Yes, yes.
Okay, I continue. It is said that Acharya Deva Bhav. Acharya is Guru. So Guru is just like a God, better than God. You must be remembering the lines of the poet Kabir Das ji. Guru Govind dono khade, दो खड़े, काके लागू पाए, और बलिहारी गुरु आपकी जिन गोविंद दियो बताए. So Guru holds such a high position, better than the God. It is Guru who introduces us to the God. Or another saying I am reminded of, Guru Kumhar शिष्य कुंभ है, गड़ गड़ काढ़े खोट, ऊपर हाथ सवार के भीतर मारे चोट. So it is the Guru who develops the personality of the student. He is like a potter and he gives shape to the picture. Sometimes he accuses the child, sometimes he punishes the child, but in order to give proper shape and proper character and citizenship to the student. Teachers should serve as the role models because they mold the lives and they influence the students directly throughout their life. They can make or mar the life of the student. A student always copies the teacher. You have heard the word hero worship. So the teacher becomes the hero for the students. He copies the teacher all the time, his way of talking, his way of walking, his way of speaking. So in that way, teachers become the role models for the students, and thus teachers help the students to grow into a very responsible citizen and into a good citizen. All of us have been students sometime in our life and have benefited from our teachers. Teachers' Day is a wonderful opportunity, especially for all of us, to show our appreciation to our teachers. In the words of Malala Yousafzai, one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the entire world. So, in the end, there is no doubt that a teacher plays an important, a very prominent role in the life of his student. So, the teachers show the path towards success and enrich the personality of the students by imparting ethical and academic knowledge. He acts as a guide for life and bring out the untamed talents of the students and sharpen it in order to bring out the best results. A teacher helps the students in each and every phase of life. They are future makers. The best teachers teach from the heart and not from the work. Parents give birth to a child, but it is the teacher that gives the second birth. He shapes our mental, spiritual abilities. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So, such is the importance of the Guru. Now we know that today our nation, as well as the entire world, is fighting against a very dreaded disease that is known as coronavirus or COVID-19. It has proved itself a dreaded killer, an enemy of mankind, and it has devoured thousands of innocent people from March 20 onwards. And the number of its victims is increasing day by day. All efforts of great scientists and doctors have been turned null and void by it. It is said that precaution is the only remedy to save oneself. Doctors and the government is working in the place of teachers now. It has taken the role of the teachers, and all the time in mobiles, in TV, there is a warning against the COVID-19. The 3 W's, that is, wear mask, wear distance, and wash your hands. 3 W's. Wash your hands, wear the mask, and watch the distance. The doctors are advising everyone. Government is advising everyone. Precaution is very, very necessary in order to save themselves from this disease. Now, the utmost victims of this disease are our children, senior citizens, the budding school children, and also the future of the country, the young persons. Schools and colleges are closed. Sports field stand deserted. The centers of entertainment, cinema, malls, theaters, they remain shut down. Restaurants and hotels for lip-smacking burgers and rasgullas and other delicacies are cruelly denied. Even our movement and free, airy morning walks are far off dreams. Green parks with blooming daffodils, in the words of the poet Wordsworth, the great English nature poet, he says, 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Such scenes we are not able to see. So what is left now? What is left now? Only stay home, remain safe, and in place of school learning, time-based learning has crept up. In place of, you see, teaching in the school, where teacher remains present and solves the problems and doubts of the students, now it is online teaching, talking to students, and only through microphone or mobile or laptop, etc. 2-3 hours of constant gazing on the screen of laptop, mobile, or computer, causing headache or eye syndrome. All this has caused great harm to child's physical and mental health. Their postures, their concentration, all is harmed. Not only physical, but also mental. Obesity is increasing, depression is increasing, and economic problems are arising. It is the study in isolation, not with friends or with the teacher, but in isolation. You have to sit in a room all the time and listen to the talk given by the teacher. So in this way, we find that teaching, although appears to be very good, but it is not so good, you see, by
ये फिर से
मैम
म्यूट हो गया है मैडम,
आपका माइक म्यूट हो गया है, प्लीज
फिर
अनम्यूट
से
कर लें।
म्यूट हो गया है। Yes.
थैंक यू।
So I was pointing out the harm done by this COVID-19 to the study or education of students and teachers. But we have to understand that our government, our doctors, they are just accepting the challenge and they are making best efforts. Government, teachers, and as well as the doctors, they are all working as teachers in place of the teachers in the classroom. So washing hands, wearing mask, and watching these three things are necessary. Doctors and COVID warriors are fighting against it day and night. Our scientists are busy in labs to find out its antidote, that is vaccine. Efforts are being made in every country to find its antidote. And our efforts, I say, will not go waste. Our recovery rate has risen to 75%. We will conquer this dreaded disease one day and will find its vaccine. In the lines written by P.B. Shelley, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? So online teaching is the best way for learning to continue. We don't want the year to be wasted. Our students are getting expert in managing laptops, mobiles, etc. And the day is not far when we will breathe in fresh air without any fear. When our schools will vibrate with the chirping of little birds, our students. When teacher and student face to face meet and it will become a reality. Once again, in the words of Rabindranath Tagore, I pray, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, into that into that heaven of freedom, oh Father, let my country awake. So, in the end, lines by V.V. Shelley once again come to my mind, that lives of great men all remind us we can make our life sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. So Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was a great man, a genius, had a towering personality, a great educationist, philosopher and thinker. And by celebrating this day as Teachers' Day, we can remember the good deeds done by him, and we can also imitate him by following his great interest in studies, in reading books, or in giving lectures. So, once again, I pray that this COVID-19 may end soon and we once again enjoy the life as we had been doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your blessing. आपने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से बताया कि और हम सभी मानते हैं कि एक शिक्षक का रोल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है जीवन में। उसका हर एक शब्द, उसका कहा गया एक एक वाक्य किसी के जीवन में आमूलचूल परिवर्तन ला सकता है। थैंक यू सो मच मैम कि आपने अपने बिजी शेड्यूल में से हमारे लिए समय निकाला और हम आपको सुन पाए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। तो साथियों, अभी आपने विचार सुने डॉक्टर श्रीमती डीपी सिंह मैम के, जो फॉर्मर प्रिंसिपल रही हैं एमएलबी कॉलेज भोपाल की। थैंक यू मैम। और इसी कड़ी में मैं अब आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा हमारे केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन भोपाल संभाग के मुखिया श्री सौम्य श्रीवास्तव सर को, जिनके निर्देशन में ये कार्य प्रारंभ किया गया, ये प्रोग्राम की रूपरेखा रखी गई। तो सर, आपका स्वागत और आपसे अनुरोध कि आपके शब्दों को सुनने के लिए हम हमेशा ही लालायित रहते हैं और जब भी हम सुनते हैं हमें कुछ ना कुछ नई चीजें ऐसी जरूर मिलती हैं जो जरूर हमारे आसपास हैं, परंतु हमारा ध्यान उन पर नहीं जाता है। तो मैं अधिक समय ना लेते हुए आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा इस भोपाल संभाग के मुखिया श्री सौम्य श्रीवास्तव सर को, जो सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन जी को अपने शब्दांजलि से श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करेंगे। Shri Swami Srivastava, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Saurabh. First of all, I begin by thanking Madam Singh for her profound message. Her message was very clear and very, very profound. And we are very glad to know that she had the opportunity of hearing Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan in person. Surely we have not been so fortunate to hear him in person. But your words recreated that theme. Your message was very powerful. You have dedicated several decades of your life to the cause of education, to the cause of English teaching, and it is amply manifest in your talk today. So on behalf of principals, teachers, and all my dear students, I convey my deep sense of gratitude and thanks to Madam Singh for having spared few minutes out of her busy schedule for all of us.
Thank you.
Dear principals, as the nation celebrates Teachers' Day today, it is an occasion for all of us to remember our mothers. Our mothers were our first teacher to this world. When we were born, she was our first teacher. And alongside mother, we should also remember all our teachers, beginning from class 1 up to the highest qualification which we obtained. So it's an occasion to underscore, to appreciate and acknowledge and feel grateful about all teachers with whom we have come into contact in this life. Today, nation is celebrating Teachers' Day. Honorable President's message, Honorable Prime Minister's message, and Honorable Education Minister's messages have been forwarded. These messages are also pregnant with wonderful thoughts. I personally request all of you to kindly disseminate these messages down the line so that teachers can know that their efforts are being appreciated, their efforts are being recognized by the society and by the people in the upper echelons of governance. Friends, today, Teachers' Day, as has been told and as you already know, today Teachers' Day is being celebrated on the birthday of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. As you all know, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was an outstanding teacher. And besides being an outstanding teacher, he was also an outstanding statesman. If you see the history of India, in history of India, great teachers have played very, very significant role. I mean, you can remember Chanakya. More than Chandragupta Maurya, today's society remembers Chanakya. Because Chanakya made Chandragupta Maurya. And he laid the foundation of Mauryan dynasty. And not only did he lay the foundation of the dynasty, he was actively involved in the management of that kingdom. Then in the 8th century, great teacher and Acharya Shankar. About Acharya Shankar also, you must have read a lot of literature. Then in recent time, Swami Vivekananda, he also rejuvenated the consciousness of the whole world by his powerful ideas. Then people like Radhakrishnan, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan and Sri Aurobindo, they were also great and profound teachers. But somehow, in recent past, the profound changes in society, they were unfortunately not led by teachers, though teachers were there from behind. In fact, for example, the whole national movement was principally led by advocates. Great Gandhiji, he was also an advocate. Nehru was also an advocate. Sardar Patel was also incidentally an advocate, and all great people who led the freedom movement, they were all great patriots and they were advocates. But who fired their imagination? Just to give you an example, Gandhi wrote somewhere that my love for country became manifold only when I read Swami Vivekananda. That means Gandhi's patriotism and Gandhi's love for country was actually fired by Swami Vivekananda's thought, a great teacher. So teacher, in my personal opinion, and also in my firm conviction, teachers are at the root of the paradigms that evolve in society, new paradigms that take place, that take birth. They are actually caused by teachers. Great Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was also a philosopher, and his philosophy was imbued with the Indianness. This is the beauty. His ideas were greatly shaped and fashioned by the Vedantic thoughts. And he has written several treatises on Upanishadic thoughts, making those thoughts, those abstract thoughts, for common man's understanding. You know, Bhagavad Gita, Blessed Krishna says, essentially there are 4 paths to perfection. Number 1, path of knowledge, Jnana Marga, path of bhakti, the path of devotion, the path of yoga, and the path of action, Karma Yoga. So these 4 paths have been advocated in Bhagavad Gita by Blessed Krishna. Swami Vivekananda, while speaking on Gita, actually brought out this filtered wisdom of Bhagavad Gita in simple terms. He said there are only these 4 paths. If you want to perfect in your life, these 4 paths are available to you. Either you adopt path of knowledge, or you adopt path of devotion, or you adopt path of yoga, or you adopt path of action. Now, for all these 4 paths, the 3 paths have some requisite conditions. The path of knowledge, the prerequisite is that you must have a sharp mind. If you do not have sharp mind, then path of knowledge is not suitable to you. Likewise, if you want to perfect through the path of devotion, then you must have a devotional heart, a heart full of love, a heart that melts, seeing the slightest of misery faced by even a small creature, as small as ant. If her suffering can melt you, then only your heart is capable of pursuing the path of perfection called path of devotion. Not until then. Surely we do not have such mind and heart. Our minds are not as sharp as that of Swami Vivekananda. And likewise, our heart is not as pure as that of Ramakrishna Paramahansa. It is said that once somebody was being beaten, and Paramahansa was crying out of pain, and people thought that he is doing drama. So he was asked to show his back, and when he laid bare his back, the whip marks were seen there. The marks of whip, which were being inflicted on somebody else, they were seen right on his back. Such was his pure heart that he could literally feel the pain of anyone else. So such melting heart is the prerequisite for following the path of devotion. Path of yoga, undoubtedly very nice, very elegant path, but then you need very high degree of fitness, physical fitness, mental fitness. And such high degree of fitness is absolutely impossible in today's world. So what is the path left? The path left is the path of action, Karma Yoga. That's the path which has no prerequisite. It is suitable to everyone. Howsoever mind you have, howsoever heart you have, howsoever body you have, even with weak and emaciated body, with timid mind, with rough heart, with a stony heart also, all can pursue the path of action. That is why Vivekananda very strongly advocates that for today's world and the world that is coming ahead before us, path of action, Karma Yoga is the only path, is the only suitable path and risk-free path. And in Bhagavad Gita also path of action has been strongly advocated. And Krishna himself lived the life of an active yogi. And the prerequisite of mastering perfection through path of action is when we dedicate all our action for God. If we cease to act for our own self, and self, mind you, self also operates at different levels. If you act only for your physical self, that is the smallest level. And that would lead to heaviest bondages. But if you are working now, take the self one step ahead. If you are working for your own family, well, it is better than working for own self. Working for the whole family is decidedly, it is better than the earlier option. But again, it is a self operating at a slightly higher level. So again, this would lead to bondages. You will suffer in family. If you work only for your physical self, you will suffer in self. If you work for family, you will suffer in family, by family, in family. Now take the self one more step ahead. If you are working for your caste, for your community, for your village, for your state, that is again self-operating at a slightly higher level. But this is better than earlier two options, but certainly not the best option. The best option is that when your work becomes for all, when your work is dedicated for the whole world, for the whole cosmos. So through work, when you attain unity, that is the loftiest Indian ideal. That is when you seek unity, Advaita Vedanta. There is no dual. There is no other that remains for you. Everything that is there in the cosmos becomes part of your extension. You do not remain you, and I do not remain I. You become an extension of me and I. So when the whole world, the whole cosmos becomes an extension of you, then you seek unity. And such unity, when you seek through world, this unity you can seek through knowledge also. Because the all subtle wisdom, things get united. Science is also coming with a lot of evidence that at the minute level, at the subtle level, the whole world is interconnected. On the surface, they appear to be separate, but inside the whole world is connected. So through knowledge also you can seek unity. Through love also you can seek unity. Look at mother. Mother seeks unity with her children. But alas, mother gets limited only up to her children. If she can extend and expand this unity with everybody, that is the purpose of that is the goal of perfection which we all are seeking. So friends, the perfection in action is the surest, easiest, without any preconditioned path for today's world, for people like you and I. So I request all of you to follow the path of action as enunciated in Bhagavad Gita and as preached by people like Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Dedicate your act for all. Let self not get manifested, lower self at least not get manifested. If self has to manifest in your action, let it manifest at the higher level. At the level of country, if your self manifests, it is far more better than the self manifesting at physical level or at the level of your caste, your creed, your religion, or your state. Now, you all are acting you all are in the role of principal. And for several years, you have been in this role. My young colleagues, they will be for many more years, they will be in this role. I would request all of you to practice the principles of Karma Yoga in your day-to-day functioning as a school leader. And I tell you that a school is the ideal setting to practice Karma Yoga. This is the ideal laboratory. You will never find such ideal laboratory to practice the principles of Karma Yoga. All of you are shouldering the responsibilities of molding the lives of hundreds of children. Some of you are molding the lives of 1,000 and 2,000 children, bigger schools. And indirectly, you are also impacting 2,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 parents. Through children, you are also impacting their siblings. So your area of influence is really big, very huge. Not too many people have had such opportunity of being able to impact and influence hundreds and thousands of people. I consider myself very fortunate to have been teacher and have been connected with the teaching profession up till now. And in my journey in KVS, I have been able to speak to not less than 500,000 students so far, and not less than 15 to 20,000 teachers face to face. This is a huge, huge blessing. I do not consider whether I am worthy of being given such huge opportunities by life, but I become humble. It's very humbling experience, and my head bows in gratitude to Almighty for having blessed me to such opportunity. I also consider myself very humble and deeply blessed that I was born in a family of teachers. All my relatives are mostly teachers, and they have shaped what I am today. So dear teachers, dear principals, all of you have this wonderful opportunity of interacting thousands of students. Kindly dedicate every minute of your life for the welfare of these students, and never thinking about your own personal gains. Because once you do any action for personal gains, then it militates against the principle of Karma Yoga. Working for your own sake militates against the principles of Karma Yoga. It doesn't become Karma Yoga the moment your action is informed by your narrow selfish interest. So dropping of self at all levels is the only prerequisite to perfect the path of Karma Yoga. And this Karma Yoga has been hugely recommended by great people like Swami Vivekananda, Aurobindo, and also great Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. And I personally feel that teaching profession, the school leadership profession, is an ideal setting to practice. Contrast your fortune with parents. They have the fortune of taking care of 2 or 3 children at the maximum, or 4 or 5 at the maximum. But God has given you the opportunity to mold the future of 2,000 children. Just contrast it. In terms of quantity alone, you are equal to 500 parents. I mean, your services can be compared with 500 parents, if not more. So your job is really very pious, very, very uplifting, and very, very responsible. And I hope that occasion like Teachers' Day will motivate you, will propel you to rise, to awaken yourself to fulfill this great responsibility. Now, friends, as you all know, that we are holding this function against the backdrop of COVID pandemic. This COVID pandemic has cast a pall of gloom everywhere in society. There is widespread depression. There is economic depression. But besides economic depression, there is psychic depression. People are scared. People are fearful. People are uncertain. In such a gloomy state, what is the responsibility of teachers? I think teachers alone can uplift the sagging spirit of this country, of not only this country, of the whole humanity, because this is the problem of humanity. So we are responsible for uplifting, not to let it sag further. Uplift the spirit of nation by speaking optimism, by believing in optimism, by sharing your optimism. As Madam Singh very beautifully articulated optimism, that when winter is there, can spring be far behind? We need such optimism to be reinforced again and again in our talks and in our dealings with all. So I would humbly request all of you to create optimism, create waves and waves of optimism. Every time there is a wave of crisis, let us face this wave of crisis with a wave of optimism. After all, every crisis comes with a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. We must understand. Who would have thought that within such a short time, such a massive change in pedagogic style of teaching will take place? It is the greatest wonder that I have seen in my life so far. Now I'm 50 years old. Never before I saw such a miracle in my life. In a matter of 4 or 5 months, such a paradigmatic change, complete paradigm change from how we used to teach earlier, now how we are teaching now. Such a huge change taking place over such a short interval of time. This is remarkable. This is nothing less than a miracle. And this miracle we have seen and we are daily witnessing it. Daily we are observing it. Not only my interaction with the students, every day I am interacting with the students and teachers. And I'm also talking about their siblings who are studying in state schools and colleges, etc. And they are telling, students are telling, sir, online classes are happening everywhere in state schools as well. You know, people were so critical of state schools. They said state schools, nothing is happening. But even state school teachers also have adopted and adapted to this new pedagogic style of teaching so fast and so efficiently. I remember every week, my online classes are becoming better. Every week when I see, every passing day, the online class of teachers, of my teachers, are becoming better. They are more systematic. They are more ordered. They are more well structured. In the beginning, teachers were simply sitting on their bed and they were writing and that they were projecting and the classes were a bit haphazard. But nowadays, we see classes are so systematic. I mean, there is a board and teacher is standing properly and teaching and building lessons step by step. And students are also silent and they are commenting through chat box. So they have very quickly adopted and adapted to new pedagogic style, which is suitable for this time. And no wonder many students have opined that online classes are better. In fact, some of them said these classes are far better than the old style classes. But of course, there are some votaries, and not in small number, in very big number, there are still good number of the students, they say that they are reminiscing old classes because they wanted to be with the students, they wanted to be with their teachers, they wanted to play around with their mates. So in fact, more than teaching, they are missing their play, their joy, their sharing and caring moments. All those moments they are sharing. But as far as learning is concerned, online learning is as effective as the physical old classes. The only thing, the only requisite condition for success of online classes is that we must have good internet connectivity. So through this occasion, I also appeal to all my principals to kindly make available fast, good internet connectivity in your school. Go for the highest version. You can go for lease line also, I don't mind. Financially also, if possible, if we have funds, we will support for upgrading your internet infrastructure. Whatever proposal you submit to me, it will be gladly and with a very positive frame of mind, it will be examined, and to the extent possible for me, it will be approved, and the funds also will be made available to you. But even where internet connectivity is not very fast or not very bandwidth remains an issue, bear such situation with patience. With the passage of time, things will improve. Very soon we'll have next generation internet, 5G, 6G, all these will come, and then we will have really very fast internet connectivity. And with such fast internet connectivity, we would be able to take these classes in a far more efficient manner. India is making rapid strides. You might have seen Prime Minister's speech on 15th of August. More than 2,000 kilometer submarine optical fiber cables have been laid to connect Andamans and Nicobar with the mainland. And now high-speed broadband connectivity, high-speed internet connectivity is available in Andamans and Nicobar group of islands. So that's a remarkable stride. Unfortunately, in today's media, because of huge distortion, the kind of coverage that is given in media is not good. You might have seen for the last several days, if you switch on any channel, what is coming? Sushant Singh Rajput death and nothing else. As though in India nothing else is happening except Sushant Singh Rajput. Everywhere there's a disproportionate coverage space which is given to such negative things. And we should not blame media alone. Mind you, they sell what is in demand. What will be sold in the market? What is in demand? Simple demand and supply concept applies in business activities. If we demand good things and positive things, they will be bound to sell good and positive things. But since our collective demand is for suffering, for negative propaganda, that is our collective demand of society as a whole. So that is why they are serving us with negative things. The day society as a whole begins to ask for positive and optimistic things, then the whole media space and the functioning of media will undergo change. And such societal changes will come through us, through people like you and I, not by politicians. Let's not pin our hopes on politicians. Such drastic and long-term changes in society, the way society thinks, what society attends, what society gives attention to, all these things will be determined by the teaching fraternity. So I appeal to all of you, and through you to all teachers, kindly convey my sentiment to your teachers in your own way, that we have to create waves and waves of optimism before students. Let them not get submerged in the waves of gloom and depression. No matter how deep is crisis, but the blessing is also equally deep if we understand this simple principle of life. The few days before, I was teaching biology to my daughter. Of course, I was a student of physics, but I happened to teach biology to my daughter. And there I learned something very remarkable. And it said the branching of trees is in response to a crisis. If a sapling grows tall in one direction only, and the topmost cells are very tender. Topmost cells are very tender, and they are susceptible to attacks by insects Insects love to eat those tender cells, and they get eaten. The topmost portion of a sapling gets often eaten by the insects. Now, in response to this situation, in response to this attack, this misery and this crisis, the sapling starts branching off. Okay, you eat my one shoot, I will branch off to 5 shoots. Eat. Then from those 5 shoots, I will branch off to further 25 shoots. Then from them to God knows how many shoots I will branch off. And then the branching off takes place, and the tree which was moving in one direction, actually it becomes a shady tree, and it provides shelter to millions of insects, millions of life forms. So friends, through this example, I wanted to underscore this principle of life, that every misery visits us not to make us miserable. Misery visits us so that we can branch off. We can create more branches, and we can outwit the misery by getting ourselves branched off and becoming a shady person, growing our personality in multifarious way. So I hope, once again, I would like to congratulate all of you. All of you have been wonderful teachers. Now also you are teachers. Now you are head teachers. Earlier you were teachers. Now you all are head teachers. So I congratulate all of you. And through you, I see under every principal, I see 40, 50 teachers. Underneath you, I can clearly see and visualize 40, 50 teachers. And underneath them, I can visualize, right now, I can visualize hundreds and thousands of students. So actually, I'm speaking to all of them. Kindly spread the waves of optimism, waves of happiness. 3 things are required in life: joy, energy, and enthusiasm. And anybody who's blessed with these 3 things, anybody who's blessed with joy, not sense-born joy, joy of his which comes from inside, the joy and energy. You know, all great people, they were very high on energy. Look at our Prime Minister. His energy is almost inexhaustible. You know, once Paresh Rawal told in an interview that I have never seen Modi ji yawning. I have seen him in parliament. I have seen him in multiple places, but I have never seen him yawning. I have seen all others yawning at one point of time or the other, but I've never seen my Prime Minister going for a yawn. What does it speak of? Yawn actually manifests your low energy. When you are low in energy, you yawn. When you are high in energy, you never yawn. So teachers and principal must be very high on energy. And there are several techniques of uplifting your energy levels and keeping it as high as possible. And enthusiasm. Of course, enthusiasm comes from your optimism, from your inner optimism. So if you are an optimistic personality, your optimism will manifest itself in the form of enthusiasm. So once again, dear friends, I think I have taken a lot of time and I do not wish to bore you any further. Once again, I thank all of you to have joined, who have taken time to join on this webinar. This Google Meet had a limitation. That is why we could not, in fact, many teachers also wanted to join. So we created a YouTube link for them so that they can also join and witness live. I have requested Saurabh ji to record it, to have it recorded. If it is recorded, we will try to have it uploaded on the YouTube so that even at leisurely also you can see once. Once again, dear friends, I thank you all. And in particular, I would like to thank Madam D.P. Singh for taking time for all of us. And that speaks volumes about her concern, about her love for teaching profession. She has been herself a consummate teacher. You know, I was blessed to have been born in a family of teachers. So she is a consummate teacher. She has dedicated several decades of her life for teaching profession, teaching English, and you all have just witnessed a wonderful piece of English from her and very good bunch of ideas that actually emanated from her. So once again, thanking Madam Singh and thanking all of you. Thank you, friends. God bless all of you. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. We all must be feeling blessed and honored that we could listen to you, sir. Your words of wisdom are definitely gonna make a special change in our life. Uh, I could recall the days when we first listened to you in Salakri, Dehradun. Some of my friends are also there. So we wished at that time we could have such kind of wonderful, inspiring personality around us, and we got that. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I believe that whatever knowledge we shared by you, sir, will try to assimilate it as soon as possible and will be more refined personality in upcoming days. And definitely with these kind of motivational words, भारत को विश्व गुरु बनने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर आपके इन शब्दों के लिए. हम बहुत ही धन्यवादी हैं आपके कि आपने अब हमारा मार्गदर्शन किया. इसी श्रृंखला में अब मैं आगे हमारे साथ एक और मेहमान हमारे बीच मौजूद होने वाले थे. नित्यानंद प्रधान जी जो कि प्राचार्य हैं आरआई भोपाल के, परंतु आज उनके आरआई में भी बहुत सारे कार्यक्रम थे जिसकी व्यस्तता की वजह से हमारे साथ नहीं जुड़ पाए, लेकिन उन्होंने हमें अपना संदेश भिजवा दिया है. तो मैं आप सभी से अनुरोध करूंगा कि वो हमारे साथ बने रहें. अभी बहुत कार्यक्रम बाकी हैं. अभी हम जो आगे आपके साथ साझा करेंगे माननीय श्री नित्यानंद प्रधान जी जो प्राचार्य हैं आरआई भोपाल के, उनके संदेश का. और मैं एक बात और साझा करना चाहता हूं सभी के साथ कि अभी जैसा कि मैं देख पा रहा था कुछ समय पूर्व हमारे साथ लगभग 800 से अधिक श्रोता हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, दर्शक हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं यूट्यूब के माध्यम से. तो एक अपने आप में एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण है. तो ज्यादा समय ना लेते हुए श्री प्रधान जी का मैसेज हम सभी के लिए.
द अथॉरिटीज ऑफ केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन भोपाल रीजन including the deputy commissioner, assistant commissioners, headmasters, teachers and the students for celebrating this Teachers' Day, an auspicious day, in a grand way, and also inviting me to share my views on this day. As you know, we are celebrating Teachers' Day since long to commemorate the birthday of the great teacher Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, and also to commemorate the contribution of teachers in building the nation. As you all know, the role of teachers has been considered critical since the Vedic days, 1000 years back till today. When I say till today, I mean the as it is reflected in the National Policy on Education 2020. And as we know, in the promotion of quality of education, in the promotion of nation or development of nation, national development, and also in developing the personality of children, the teachers have a great role. If we remember the beginning sentence of Kothari Education Commission report 55 years back in 1964-66, that the future of India is being shaped in her classroom. And after 55 years, our new National Policy on Education 2020 says teachers truly shape the future of our children and therefore nation. So, our vision or our policy, our philosophy has not changed about the role of teachers in building or shaping the personality of children and ultimately building the nation. Similarly, if you can remember the importance of teacher that was also reflected in our National Policy on Education 1986, 34 years back. The status of teachers reflects the socio-cultural ethos of a nation. So, since 1000 year back, the Vedic days, we are attaching importance on the role of teachers. And a very striking feature of this new education policy 2020, that our system of education should be rooted in Indian tradition, culture, values and ethos, and also it states that the teachers must be grounded on the Indian values, tradition, customs and ethos, in addition to developing or equipping with the 21st century skills. 21st century skills, when I say critical thinking, innovative thinking, and also digital literacy, financial literacy, these are essential as our traditional and values are also essential. Here I would like to say something about how the national education policy tries to bring a reform in teacher education programs of the country, to give it a professional status and to make India as a Vishwaguru. And it was a tradition that once upon a time India was considered as a Vishwaguru. If we talk of the universities like Nalanda and Taxila, the students from different parts of the country, different parts of the country and also world were coming to these universities, having multidisciplinary in nature. And today also we talk of multidisciplinary nature of teacher education program. This multidisciplinary nature of teacher education program has been derived from our past. As you know, in Gurukul system, when the students were staying, the best known, best knowledgeable persons of the society were the teachers, and they were equipped with 16 kalas, all kalas, like they were very expert in archery, music, literature, language, ethics, mathematics and so on. This policy wishes to bring back that tradition and wishes to give a professional status to teacher education program of the country by increasing the duration of the programs. And as you know, it talks about that teacher education, the minimum qualification for a teacher should be 4-year integrated B.Ed. So, 4-year integrated B.Ed, the duration has been expanded to 4 years. Few years back it was 1-year B.Ed, then it became 2 years. Now it is said to be at par with other professional programs like engineering, medicine, law and other profession. Only teaching becomes a profession when the duration of the program is a long duration of program, and also the program should have the facilities for continuous professional development. When I say continuous professional development, I mean in service education of teachers. Now our policy talks about 50 hours of continuous professional development programs for every teacher in every year, and recruitment of teachers in terms of giving the scholarships, and also there are many recommendations to bring to uplift the professional status of the teacher education program, like both in private and government schools, to scholarship to pursue 4-year integrated B.Ed program, and to bring about a comprehensive national curriculum framework for teacher education by 2020, and to establish a national professional standards for teachers. It means how teacher education program will come to the level of professional standards at par with the other professions of the country. So, in this auspicious occasion of teacher education, I wish all the members of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan Bhopal family for inviting me and again celebrating this auspicious occasion in a big way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot to Shri Nityanand Pradhan. In absentia, because of his busy schedule, he could not present live, but we could hear his message, we could listen his message through the YouTube medium. That's what already being said by Honorable Deputy Commissioner, that this is a kind of opportunity for us as well, that how well we can amalgamate with the technology to overcome all the challenges. Now, further, in the series of this addresses, now I would like to invite Srimati Sadhana Pandey, primary teacher of Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1 Bhopal, to share her impression on this teacher day. Over to Sadhana Pandey, ma'am. साधना पांडे मैम, अगर आप हमारी आवाज सुन पा रहे हैं तो
यस सर।
ओके मैम, ओवर टू यू मैम।
प्रणाम, सबको बहुत बहुत प्रणाम, धन्यवाद सर। हे गुरुवर, तेरे चरणों में मैं भाल से चंदन करती हूँ, बारंबार आपका गुरुवर मैं अभिनंदन करती हूँ। शिक्षा, शुचिता और समर्पण आपने ही सिखलाई है, तमस जीवन का दूर आया, ज्ञान की अलख जगाई है। ज्ञान आपसे मिला जो हमको, वो ही सच्चा वैभव है। हे गुरुवर, तेरे चरणों में मैं भाल से चंदन करती हूँ। मोस्ट रिस्पेक्टेड डिप्टी कमिश्नर KVS भोपाल रीजन श्री सौमित श्रीवास्तव सर, डॉक्टर श्रीमती सिंह, फॉर्मर प्रिंसिपल MLB कॉलेज, कमिश्नर KVS रीजनल ऑफिस मैडम श्रद्धा झा, मैडम रानी डांगे, श्री सौरभ जेटली, प्रिंसिपल केंद्रीय विद्यालय नंबर 1 भोपाल, all distinguished guests, teachers, parents, and my dear students. At the very outset, let me convey gratitude as consider it my proud privilege and honor to be a part of this webinar on this auspicious Teachers' Day. I am a part of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan since the past 26 years and have served in various KVs across India, from Avantipura in Jammu and Kashmir to Bangalore, Gandhinagar in Gujarat to Jodhpur, from Moscow, Russia to Bhopal, and every KV, each KV has provided an opportunity to me to adapt and evolve, facilitate and contribute, collaborate and integrate. Today, on this occasion, let me tell you, sir, that our Vidyalaya has taken online learning to the next level, where our learning environment includes engaging course design, digital gadgets, and expression of professional endeavors. With connectivity in digital platform, as a teacher, I find myself becoming global and calling on the world for resource materials. Each Vidyalaya has provided me a platform to build and broadcast a positive digital footprint, fostering critical thinking and creativity, seeped in Indian ethos, values, and culture. Needless to say that I am a brand ambassador of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan and proud to be a member of this fraternity. The need of the hour is to model how to appropriately use social media, host and produce and publish valuable contents, and how to create shareable resources. I'm extremely grateful to be a part of this revolution and being given an opportunity to air my thoughts. This is Sadhna Pandey signing off from Kendriya Vidyalaya Shamgarh, extending Teachers' Day greetings to each one. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day ahead. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you, Saurabh sir.
Thank you, ma'am. We all, whether we are teacher or student, we must be feeling proud that we are associated with an organization who is known for pace setting, who is also known for pace setting organization. Thank you, ma'am. Now, in this series, I would like to request Shri Arun Pratap Singh Kushwaha, teacher from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 3, Bhopal, to share his words. Over to Shri Kushwaha, sir. कुशवाहा सर, अगर आप मेरी आवाज सुन पा रहे हैं?
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्त येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. Good afternoon, most honorable Dr. D.P. Singh ma'am, Honorable Deputy Commissioner sir, Assistant Commissioner ma'am, sir, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
सर, यू आर लाउड एंड क्लियर. आप जारी रखें, आपकी आवाज हमारे तक पहुंच रही है.
Sir. Most Honorable D.P. Singh ma'am, our chief guest of this auspicious occasion, Honorable Deputy Commissioner sir, Assistant Commissioner ma'ams, respected principal, learned colleagues of Bhopal region and throughout the country, wish you all a very happy Teachers' Day. We are celebrating 5th of September. Teachers' Day marks the birth of one of the most popular and influential teacher that the world ever seen, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. As a teacher, however, every single day is a celebration. Celebration of curiosity, celebration of childhood, creativity, innovation, and I should say celebration of whole life. A teacher is a compass that activates the magnets of curiosity, knowledge, wisdom in the pupils. As a teacher, I am thankful to Kendriya Vidyalaya Sanghathan, my officers and mentors for giving me an opportunity to learn how to become a good productive teacher and sustain the quality of education in a continuous manner. During my journey in KVS, I got so many opportunities to learn many things to become an inspired teacher. Inspired teacher always is responsible to building blocks of good education system who can link the individual goals of the students to the society and national goals where students, teachers and other stakeholders know, understand and respect each other. I am honored to be a member of world's biggest brand of education system where we have adopted new methodology and technology to create more modern and effective approaches to teaching and learning. Students are not consumers of X, they are active creators of knowledge. Schools are not just brick and mortar structures, they are centers of lifelong learning. And most important, teaching is recognized as one of the most challenging and respected career choices, absolutely vital to the social, culture, economic health of our nation. As our DC sir said that, by using 3 principles in the life, joy, energy and enthusiasm, we have to spread the waves of the optimism. And definitely sir, by using these factors, by using the Bhakti Gyan and the Yoga Sangam, we can make our learning more interactive, more productive. And we know that KVS perceives that the child is the most valuable entity in the education system. So that child is at the center of all the activities and right of every child need to be protected. I am glad that I am a part of a renowned organization that has been on the forefront during this amid corona situation to reach out to even the remotest student by giving us all the opportunities so that we remain well connected with our students and ensure that no child is left out or isolated because of this pandemic situation. At last, but not the least, with these lines, भारत का स्वर्णिम गौरव केंद्रीय विद्यालय लाएगा, भक्ति ज्ञान योगा संगम से करुणा मुक्त ज्ञान गंगा बहाएगा. Wish you all again a very happy Teachers Day. Thank you so much, sir. जय हिंद, जय केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कुशवाहा सर आपका। आपके शब्दों से जरूर हम लोगों को प्रेरणा मिलेगी और जितने भी बच्चे हमारे से जुड़ पा रहे हैं वो जरूर इसको आत्मसात करेंगे। इसी कड़ी में मैं अब बुलाना चाहूंगा हमारे भोपाल संभाग के प्राचार्य श्री पी.के. बेदवे जी, जो केंद्रीय विद्यालय क्रमांक 1 इंदौर से हैं। बेदवे सर बहुत सीनियर टीचर्स हैं, प्राचार्य हैं हमारे साथ। तो बेदवे सर, ओवर टू यू, आपका स्वागत है।
थैंक यू जेटली जी। सभी विद्वजनों को मेरा सादर अभिवादन। माननीय उपायुक्त महोदय श्री सौमित श्रीवास्तव सर, सहायक आयुक्त मैडम श्रद्धा झा एंड मैडम रानी डांगे, आज की प्रमुख वक्ता मैडम डीपी सिंह, हमारे जो शिक्षक यहाँ पर इंसेंटिव अवार्डी मौजूद हैं, सभी शिक्षक साथी और हमारे विद्वान प्राचार्य साथियों, सबसे पहले मैं आप सभी को शिक्षक दिवस के उपलक्ष्य में ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं संप्रेषित करना चाहूंगा। आप सभी को बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं। मैं अपनी बात शुरू करना चाहूंगा जेटली जी की उस पहली बात से। जब उन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम को शुरू किया तो एक रिमार्क दिया था कि यह आज का कार्यक्रम एक इतिहास बनने वाला है। वास्तव में सबसे पहले मैं माननीय उपायुक्त महोदय को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा, हृदय से आभार प्रकट करना चाहूंगा कि आज विद्यालय स्तर पर शिक्षक दिवस का कार्यक्रम मनाया जा रहा है और ये पहले से भी मनाते हम आ रहे हैं, वर्षों से मनाते आ रहे हैं, लेकिन आज का ये कार्यक्रम अपनी तरह का एक पहला कार्यक्रम है। उच्चाधिकारियों के संदेश हम हमेशा आज के दिन पढ़ा करते हैं, लेकिन ये पहला मौका है जब हम आपका सानिध्य इस डिजिटल वर्ल्ड के माध्यम से पा रहे हैं। सर, आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और आपकी पूरी टीम को, जेटली जी को, सहायक आयुक्त सभी, मैडम श्रद्धा झा और रानी डांगे मैडम। मैं चूंकि काफी कुछ शिक्षा के क्षेत्र पर बात हुई है तो मैं थोड़ा सा इस पर फोकस करना चाहूंगा कि शिक्षक दिवस आखिर क्या है। एक महान दर्शन शास्त्री, एक महान शिक्षक जिन्होंने अपनी शैक्षणिक कौशलों से न केवल देश और विदेशों में भी अपना नाम परचम फैलाया, ख्याति प्राप्त की, ऐसे भारत रत्न, भारत के दूसरे राष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन जी को सबसे पहले मेरा सत सत नमन। और मैं उनका आभार प्रकट करना चाहूंगा कि उन्होंने अपने जन्मदिन को शिक्षक दिवस के रूप में शिक्षकों को समर्पित कर दिया और उसी कारण से आज हम सभी यहाँ पर एकत्र होकर एक दूसरे से शिक्षक दिवस पर बात कर पा रहे हैं। लेकिन मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि शिक्षक दिवस केवल इससे विद्यालय स्तर पर नहीं, बल्कि जिस तरह हम स्वतंत्रता दिवस, गणतंत्र दिवस एक भारतीय त्योहार के नाते केवल स्कूल में नहीं समाज में भी मनाते हैं, तो मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि शिक्षक दिवस को देश के हर कोने में और समाज में भी इसको मनाया जाना चाहिए। क्योंकि शिक्षक केवल वो नहीं है जो चार दीवारी के अंदर अपना शिक्षण कर रहा है, बल्कि शिक्षक वो भी हैं जो जीवन पर्यंत हमेशा एक दूसरे को शिक्षा दे रहे हैं। जैसा कि उदाहरण के तौर पर पहले भी ये बात सर के माध्यम से कही गई कि माता पिता ही हमारे पहले शिक्षक हैं, भाई बहन भी अपने आप में शिक्षक हैं। हम अपने छोटे भाई बहनों को कहीं ना कहीं शिक्षण कर रहे हैं। और आज की अगर दृष्टि पे देखा जाए तो इस डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में जिस तरह शिक्षकों ने अपने आप को स्विच ओवर किया है ब्लैक बोर्ड टीचिंग से जाके डिजिटल टीचिंग पे, वहां पेरेंट्स भी एक दूसरे को मदद कर रहे हैं। ऐसे में शिक्षक दिवस केवल विद्यालय स्तर पर ना रहकर इसको पूरे देश पर, समाज स्तर पर भी मनाया जाना चाहिए ताकि शिक्षकों का सम्मान बना रहे। आज राष्ट्रपति जी, महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी के माध्यम से 47 शिक्षकों को इंसेंटिव अवार्डी के रूप में इंसेंटिव अवार्ड दिए जा रहे हैं। ये कार्यक्रम केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन के स्तर पर रीजनल लेवल पे और नेशनल लेवल पर भी आयोजित होंगे, लेकिन इसमें वही शिक्षक शामिल हो पाए जो प्रतिस्पर्धा पे पास हो पाए। लेकिन हम सभी जानते हैं कि बहुत सारे ऐसे शिक्षक भी हैं जो इस दौड़ पर ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेते और पीछे छूट जाते हैं। और मेरा ये मानना है कि विद्यालय में मौजूद हर एक शिक्षक अपना कुछ ना कुछ योगदान बच्चों के भविष्य को बनाने के लिए दे रहा है। ऐसे में हम विद्यालय स्तर पर भी कुछ ना कुछ कार्यक्रम शिक्षकों के सम्मान में आयोजित करते रहें। और इसी कड़ी में हम पिछले 12 वर्षों से हमारे शिक्षकों को एक पेन, गुलाब का फूल या डायरी देकर सम्मानित करते हैं। आज भी हमने उस कार्यक्रम को पूरा किया है। इससे हमारे शिक्षकों का मनोबल ऊंचा बढ़ता है। और आज जो कार्यक्रम सर ने आयोजित किया, इसके माध्यम से हमारे हजारों अभिभावक, बच्चे और शिक्षक देख रहे हैं, तो मैं निश्चित रूप से ये मानूंगा कि उन सभी का मनोबल ऊंचा होगा। क्योंकि समय कम है, मैं बहुत संक्षिप्त में अपनी बात को यहीं तक रखना चाहूंगा और सर का अभिनंदन करते हुए धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा। जो शिक्षक है वो कभी गुरु हुआ करता था, फिर वो शिक्षक हो गया, उसके बाद टीचर हो गया, लेकिन उसने अपने रोल को सुचेवर करते हुए बच्चों के प्रति हमेशा ध्यान दिया और उनके भविष्य को संवारा। तो इसी में मैं अपनी 2 पंक्तियों को कहते हुए अपनी बात को समाप्त करना चाहूंगा। कभी गुरु कभी शिक्षक, कभी टीचर से सानिध्य पाकर, कभी गुरु कभी शिक्षक कभी टीचर के सानिध्य से पग पग बढ़ आसमान चढ़ गया। हर नाचीज को एक चीज गढ़ने वाले, हर नाचीज को एक चीज गढ़ने वाले, इस नाचीज का इस गौरव से सम्मान बढ़ गया, इस गौरव से सम्मान बढ़ गया। इन्हीं के साथ, इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सर का धन्यवाद, जेटली जी का धन्यवाद, आपको आपके माध्यम से मुझे जो ये मौका मिला, बहुत बहुत थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद विजय सर। आपके इन शब्दों से हम लोगों को एक ऊर्जा प्राप्त हुई है, उत्साहित हम लोग महसूस कर रहे हैं। और जैसा आपने साझा किया कि आप अपने विद्यालय में भी शिक्षकों का सम्मान करते हैं, ये हम सबके लिए भी एक प्रेरणादायक प्रसंग आपने हमें बताया। धन्यवाद सर। और इसी श्रृंखला में अब हम अपने भोपाल केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन भोपाल संभाग की वरिष्ठतम प्राचार्य श्रीमती किरण अवस्थी जी को आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा। किरण अवस्थी मैम, अगर आप हमारे साथ जुड़ी हुई हैं तो ओवर टू यू। किरण अवस्थी मैम। किरण अवस्थी मैम तक अगर मेरी आवाज पहुंच रही है तो किरण अवस्थी मैम। शायद
Saurabh, I think you have muted KV Dhar.
that's unmuted ma'am.
Okay.
Over to Kiran ma'am. Kiran Avasthi ma'am. किरण मैम, आपकी आवाज हमारे तक नहीं पहुंच पा रही है। शायद कुछ तकनीकी व्यवधान उत्पन्न हुआ है। जैसा कि आप सभी जानते हैं कि बरसातों का मौसम है और इसमें ज़्यादातर टेलीफोन लाइन की समस्या रहती है, इंटरनेट की समस्या रह सकती है। हमें उम्मीद है जल्द ही किरण मैम हमारे साथ मौजूद होंगी। और जैसा कि मैं पहले भी 2 बार कह चुका हूँ, इट्स अ रियली हिस्टोरिकल मोमेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस कि हम सभी इतने इस माध्यम से जुड़ पा रहे हैं जो जिसकी कल्पना शायद हमने कभी नहीं की थी। तो मुझे लगता है किरण मैडम हमारे साथ जुड़ चुकी हैं। किरण अवस्थी मैम, आपका स्वागत है। ओवर टू यू मैम।
हेलो, am I audible?
जी मैम, आपकी आवाज हमारे तक पहुंच पा रही है। शायद गलती से लगता है किरण मैम का संपर्क हमारे से पुनः विच्छेद हो गया है। हाँ, तो जैसा आप देख पा रहे हैं किरण मैम हमारे साथ दोबारा जुड़ चुकी हैं। ओवर टू यू मैम। नहीं, शायद किन्हीं तकनीकी कारणों की वजह से हम उनसे नहीं जुड़ पा रहे हैं। कुछ क्षणों का विलंब। हाँ, मैम हमारे साथ जुड़ चुकी है। ओवर टू यू मैम। किरण मिश्रा
मैडम।
मिश्रा मैम, अगर किरण अवस्थी मैम से आपकी बात हो पा रही है तो आप हमारा मैसेज वहां तक पहुंचा दें। किरण अवस्थी मैम, ये कौन है? इनको अलाउ करके देखते हैं कौन है। मैं कॉल कर लेता हूँ। किरण अवस्थी मैम हमारे साथ जुड़ चुकी हैं। किरण मैम, ओवर टू यू मैम। किरण अवस्थी मैम, आपका पुनः स्वागत। ओवर टू यू। हम सब आप सबके विचार जानना चाह रहे थे, सुनने के लिए बेताब हैं। ओवर टू यू मैम।
Okay, so once again, a very good morning on this wonderful day where we are celebrating the Teachers' Day. I really am very thankful to DC sir that I got a chance to be able to express my views on this occasion. Respected guest for today, Dr. Mrs. D.P. Singh, Professor Pradhan, Swami Shrastha sir, Deputy Commissioner, Regional Office, Bhopal, Assistant Commissioners, Madam Shraddha Jha, Madam Rani Tangi, my fellow principals, teachers, parents, and my dear, dear children. Good morning to all of you on this wonderful day. Education, they say, is preparation for life. Our parents gave us life. Education is what let us know how to live that life given by our parents. The pivotal role is that of the teacher in the great mission of education. He is the tool, the instrument having tremendous power to influence a child. We all acknowledge that whatever dissolves due to our parents and our teachers, the children in our charge may not be able to develop the comprehensive understanding to fully appreciate and contribute the role of the teacher in their life at this young age. But they too will, as we have, by the time they enter public life as adults, and they will realize it more and more as they grow till their last breath. I believe that the teachers are the backbone of any country, the pillar upon which all aspirations are converted into reality. So said our former President Shri Kalam. In this country of rich traditions of transfer of knowledge from one generation to another by highly revered gurus, acharyas, equated to the supreme power, God Himself. It sometimes baffles me and confuses me as to when and how, in this great land of teachers, which strives to be the Vishwaguru, the status of teachers in society has taken a palpable undercurrent, a path of a very gradual erosion. A few things come to my mind. The most important is related to primary education. Although learning is a lifelong process, but it is scientifically proven fact that children learn with great speed and up to 5 years of age. But sadly, for pre-primary and primary education, sometimes we get to hear things by which I can say that the general perception is कि कोई भी पढ़ा सकता है, छोटे बच्चों को तो कोई भी पढ़ा सकता है. Anybody can teach. No special skills are required to teach small children. It is a glorified babysitting job. And this is where some rectification is definitely needed. And it is not merely engaging the children. It is engaging their minds. That is what is to be done. And that is what will give the required or the desired output. Another big factor could be the financial compensation. In this huge country, having lakhs and lakhs of schools, most of the schools, rather I say many of the schools are run by big names in real sector, in industry. They are running it like a economic, like a commercial venture. And to cut their expenditure, they generally compromise on hire the best approach. It's good to say that there are many organizations and many initiatives in our country, like Teach for India, Gandhi Fellowship, where they hire the best. That is the approach. They hire the best college toppers. They take even corporate honchos having great leadership skills, and they hone them as fellows in their fellowship programs, which is to a great benefit in the field of education, society at large. That is, I think, this is where another little small rectification step may be required. Also, a factor could be on the problems and the situations that our teachers face. They are the key elements. पूरा system उनके ऊपर रुका हुआ है, उन्हीं से चलता है. And there we see that कभी-कभी हमारे टीचर्स काफी परेशान हो जाते हैं. कारण छोटे-मोटे जो मेरे दिमाग में आ रहे हैं, I would just like to share. I think that the teachers do not get as much time as they should to know their students really well, to know their learning abilities, to know their capacities. They may be bogged up because of so many factors like classroom size, the attitude and behavior of students, the lack of parental support, where many a times we face situations where the parents openly criticize even without knowing what goes into the work dynamics of a teacher. But then the teachers are so self-motivated that I don't think so that they let these things overpower their zeal and enthusiasm. But the challenge that the teachers face is in keeping the underperformers, the so-called underperformance, the students, those who are not able to perform at their best. Now classes are generally heterogeneous. We have very bright students sitting along with the children who may not be performing academically that well. And this is the real challenge that our teachers face, that they have to keep the students motivated in this scenario where the children already are struggling with their parental and peer pressures. दूसरे के 90% आ रहे हैं, बेटे तुम्हारे क्यों नहीं आ रहे हैं? And the child is fed up of listening to all this all the time. And it is the teacher's work now which becomes more difficult because of this attitude at home, which the parents generally make their children face. In the present times, that is the COVID-19 times, the teachers have updated themselves and taken the challenge of online teaching in a very, very positive way. As DC sir was saying, that many children in fact are showing preferential approach to the online teaching than the physical class that they generally have to attend. So, but it looks as if the online teaching is here to stay in some measure at least. Let's make it a tool to reach to the last child in the most remote parts of this country. It will be a great service to the nation. My advice to all the teachers there, we too are teachers, including us. My advice would be that even with the onslaught of technology, recorded lessons, robotic teaching, etc., the human element can't be excluded, as it is the human mind we are dealing with, and no machine can do what a teacher can. A smile here, a pat on the shoulder, a reprimanding glance, a loving and a cheerful expression. The teacher can touch the life of a child like nobody else can. My dear teachers, focus on ideation, meaning how a child can develop, how a child can be made to generate ideas of his own, his original views. Be a guru, inspire the child. Be someone who taught much, much more than the curriculum. Teach love, generosity, good manners, and it will carry to home and eventually the entire society. Encourage the student, always. 90% of a child's education is encouragement. The rest will follow. And that will be a life full of social productivity, self-esteem, dignity, pride in our culture and our country. A teacher affects eternity. He knows not where his influence ends. All the best for an enlightened and reliant India. Wishing you all a very, very happy Teachers' Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time. अब इसी श्रृंखला में मैं आगे बुलाना चाहूंगा. I think धन्यवाद सभी को. इसी श्रृंखला में मैं अब आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा भोपाल संभाग की सहायक आयुक्त मैडम श्री श्रद्धा झा मैडम का जैसा कि आप सभी जानते हैं कि उनके हर एक शब्द में उनके अनुभव का सार छिपा होता है, तो हम बहुत ही लालायित हैं मैम आपको सुनने के लिए, क्योंकि समय बहुत तेजी से बीता जा रहा है। तो मैं अधिक समय न लेते हुए सीधा आमंत्रित करूंगा श्रीमती श्रद्धा झा मैडम को। अगर मैं कहने पर आऊं तो बहुत बड़ा एक इंट्रोडक्शन मैडम के लिए हो सकता है, लेकिन आई एम सॉरी मैम बिकॉज ऑफ टाइम, और मुझे नहीं लगता कि श्रद्धा मैडम के लिए किसी भी तरह का इंट्रोडक्शन सफिशिएंट रहेगा, क्योंकि जितना भी कहा जाए उतना थोड़ा है, क्योंकि वर्षों मैडम एक टीचर के रूप में रही हैं, नॉर्थ इंडियन हैं लेकिन बहुत अच्छे से साउथ इंडिया की भाषाएं जानती हैं, बोलती हैं, और बहुत आश्चर्य होता है कि जब किसी भी विषय पर उनसे बात की जाए तो एक एक्सपर्ट जो की तरह जो उनके विचार हमारे सामने मिलते हैं, और कई वर्षों से प्राचार्य भी रही हैं, और हमारा सौभाग्य है कि एक असिस्टेंट कमिश्नर के रूप में हम उनके साथ जुड़ पा रहे हैं। तो ओवर टू यू श्रद्धा मैम। थैंक यू मैम, वेलकम मैम।
सभी को प्रणाम करती हूँ। परम आदरणीय प्रधान जी, समादरणीय मैडम सिंह जी, सम्मान्य उपायुक्त श्री सौमित्र श्रीवास्तव जी, मेरी साथी रानी डांगे मैडम, प्राचार्यगण और शिक्षक वृंद, इसी के साथ यूट्यूब के माध्यम से मुझे सुनने वाले सभी अभिभावक और प्यारे बच्चों, सर्वप्रथम तो मैं हमारे सभी शिक्षक वृंद को बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं और बधाई प्रेषित करती हूँ आज के इस विशेष दिन में। प्रिय बच्चों, आप लोगों से जरूर कहना चाहूंगी कि एक तो जब से मैं सहायक आयुक्त बनी हूँ तब से ही आप लोगों को बहुत आप लोगों की कमी खलती थी, और अब तो इस पैंडेमिक में और भी ज्यादा आप लोगों की कमी महसूस हो रही है, सभी को हो रही है। बिना बच्चों के विद्यालय और हमारी कोई हैसियत नहीं है। आप लोगों के बिना हमें बहुत सूना सूना लग रहा है, और हम ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि जल्दी ही हम सब पुनः मिलेंगे, और मैं और आपके शिक्षक सभी आप लोगों से रूबरू होंगे, और सबसे प्यार से हम लोग पुनः मिल पाएंगे, ऐसी मेरी आशा है। शुरुआत करूंगी कुछ पंक्तियों से। जिनके किरदार से आती है सदाकत की महक, सदाकत इज ट्रुथ, ऑनेस्टी। जिनके किरदार से आती हो सदाकत की महक, उनकी तदरीस, तदरीस इज टीचिंग, उनकी तदरीस से पत्थर भी पिघल सकते हैं। मेरे ऐसे हैं शिक्षक वृंद, उनकी जो तदरीस है, उनकी जो टीचिंग है, उससे वे पत्थर को भी पिघला पाने की काबिलियत रखते हैं। तो ऐसे सभी शिक्षक वृंद को प्रणाम है। यहाँ पर मेरे से पूर्व सभी ने बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी बातें कही हैं, और समय, जैसा कि सौरभ ने कहा है कि समय निकला जा रहा है, तो मैं बहुत अधिक समय तो नहीं लूंगी, पर कुछ बातें जरूर कहना चाहूंगी। हम भी इस पैंडेमिक में, इस महामारी के दौर में बहुत सारी नई चीजें सीख रहे हैं, और जैसे कि उपायुक्त महोदय कह रहे थे कि उन्होंने अब तक ऐसा समय नहीं देखा। मैं उनसे उम्र में 8-9 साल बड़ी हूँ, और मैंने भी अपनी इस उम्र में कभी इस प्रकार की महामारी कभी ना देखी, ना अनुभव की, और एक नया अलग तरीके का अनुभव हम लोगों को हो रहा है, और इसमें हर शिक्षक, हर व्यक्ति कुछ न कुछ सीख रहा है। मैंने भी सीखा किस तरह से ये ऑनलाइन क्लासेस, ऑनलाइन इंस्पेक्शन कैसे होते हैं, ये सीखा, और हमारे शिक्षक तो निस्संदेह उसमें सबसे आगे हैं और सबसे अलग हैं। विभिन्न विद्यालयों से जब हम, जैसे कि डीसी सर ने भी कहा कि बात करते हैं बच्चों से, तो बच्चे कहते हैं कि विभिन्न विद्यालयों में और केंद्रीय विद्यालय में बहुत अंतर है। हमारे यहाँ के शिक्षकों ने अपने आप को प्रूव किया है, अपने आप को साबित किया है कि वो अन्य शिक्षकों से हर मायने में 19 नहीं है, 20 ही होंगे। हर शिष्य, हर विद्यार्थी शिक्षक को स्वीकार है, हर शिष्य, हर विद्यार्थी शिक्षक को स्वीकार है। गीली माटी सा बचपन शिक्षक कर देता साकार है। ये शिक्षक की काबिलियत होती है। जैसा कि एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम जी ने भी कहा था कि द पर्पस ऑफ एजुकेशन is to make good human being with skill and expertise. So everybody has to try that. हर शिक्षक को इस ध्येय को लेकर चलना है और चल रहा है। हमारा शिक्षक चलता है कि हम किस प्रकार का शिक्षण करें, किस प्रकार की बातें बच्चों को सिखाएं कि वो एक बहुत अच्छा इंसान बन सके, उसके अंदर संस्कार हो, वह शिक्षा पुस्तकीय ज्ञान के साथ साथ सामाजिक ज्ञान को भी अपना सके, सामाजिक ज्ञान भी उसके अंदर आ सके और समाज में ऐसा व्यवहार कर सके कि वो समाज के अनुरूप, समाज के लिए एक उदाहरण के तौर पर लोग उसे उसके बारे में कहते रहे। गुरु शिष्य की परंपरा हमारे देश में वैदिक काल से चली आ रही है और इसकी बहुत अच्छे उदाहरण हमारे यहाँ पर अच्छे शिक्षकों के उदाहरण भी हैं, ऐसे ही अच्छे शिष्यों के भी उदाहरण हम लोगों ने हमारे वैदिक काल से सुने हैं। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो शिक्षक वह होता है, शिक्षक वो जो छात्र के अंदर जबरदस्ती तथ्यों को न ठूसे, जबरदस्ती तथ्यों को न डाले, बल्कि शिक्षक को ऐसा होना चाहिए जो अपने छात्र को भविष्य में आने वाली जो कठिनाइयां हैं, सुख है, दुख है, उन सब के लिए वो तैयार कर सके। सुख में बहुत ज्यादा वो इतना खुश भी ना हो जाए कि उसे दुख का भान भी ना रहे, वह दुख में इतना दुखी ना हो जाए कि वह कुछ आगे कार्य भी न कर पाए। अतः शिक्षक का कार्य यहाँ पर बहुत ज्यादा, उसका दायित्व बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है। विवेकानंद जी ने कहा था कि शिक्षक जो होता है, शिक्षण जो है वो क्या है? मनुष्य में जो निहित दैवीय पूर्णता है, हर व्यक्ति, हर बच्चा एक दैवीय पूर्णता को लेकर पैदा हुआ है और उस दैवीय पूर्णता का जो प्रत्यक्षीकरण है वो शिक्षा है और उस दैवीय पूर्णता को बाहर निकालने का कार्य जो करता है वो शिक्षक होता है। तो हम स्वामी विवेकानंद जी के बताए हुए उन मार्गों पर अवश्य चलें, क्योंकि हर बालक या बालिका कोई ना कोई ऐसी विशेषता लेकर पैदा हुआ है जो शायद छिपी हुई है, जो हम शायद देख नहीं पा रहे हैं, पर शिक्षक के पास वे सारे उपादान हैं जिससे वह उस बालक की उस दैवी शक्ति को निकाल सके और उसका प्रत्यक्षीकरण करे, और ताकि वह अपने जीवन में एक बहुत अच्छा इंसान बन सके। विवेकानंद जी के बारे में ही कहा जाता है, जैसे कि सुमित सर ने भी कहा कि सबसे पहले शिक्षक हमारी माँ होती है। तो उनकी माँ, एक छोटा सा वाक्य आप लोगों के साथ जरूर साझा करना चाहूंगी कि एक स्वामी विवेकानंद जी जब बहुत छोटे थे तो वो अपनी खिड़की से बैठकर वहां से निकलने वाली जो बग्घी है जिस पर वहां के जो वॉइस राय थे वो निकला करते थे, तो वो देखा करते थे। और एक दिन उनसे उनकी माँ ने पूछ दिया कि बेटा बड़े होकर नरेंद्र तुम क्या बनोगे? तो जिस बात को बच्चा देखता है वो उससे बहुत प्रभावित होता है, और उसी प्रभाव में उसने कह दिया कि बालक नरेंद्र ने कहा कि मैं उस जो बग्घी है वो उस बग्घी में जो बैठे हुए हैं, मैं उनके जैसा मैं बनना चाहता हूँ। तो कोई और मेरे जैसी माँ अगर साधारण माँ होती तो उसे क्या करती? उसे मारती, उसे डांटती, उसे कुछ कहती, परंतु वो तो नरेंद्र की माँ थी। नरेंद्र की माँ ने कहा बेटा बनना है तो तुम्हें उस कोचवान की तरह बनना होगा। जो कोचवान कौन? कृष्ण की, जो पूरे विश्व को संधार कर चल रहा है, ऐसा आपको बनना होगा। ये माता का शिक्षण होता है, पहला शिक्षण वैसा। और माँ के बाद शिक्षक आता है। जैसे माँ अपने बच्चे की हर बात को जानती है, वैसे शिक्षक भी हर बच्चे की हर बात को जानता है। आप किसी शिक्षक से पूछिए, वो बताएगा कि इस बच्चे को ये पसंद है, ये नापसंद है, अभी वो नाराज है, अभी वो खुश है, अभी वो शायद पढ़ना नहीं चाह रहा है, उसे नींद आ रही है, भूख लगी है, ये सारी बातें एक शिक्षक, बिल्कुल, चाहे वो पुरुष शिक्षक हो चाहे महिला शिक्षक हो, वो माँ की ही एक भूमिका अदा करते हैं। अथर्ववेद में शिक्षक के लिए 7 गुणों का वर्णन किया है। उसमें मैं, हालांकि ये सारे उस पर हम चर्चा कभी और मौका मिलेगा तब करेंगे। जो 7 गुण बताए हैं उसमें बताया कि एक शिक्षक के पास विद्वत्व होना चाहिए, उसके अंदर दक्षता होनी चाहिए, उसके अंदर शील होना चाहिए, उसके अंदर संक्रांति की भावना हो, वह अनुशीलन करने वाला हो, उसके अंदर सचेतत्व हो और वह हमेशा प्रसन्नता को दिखाता हो। तो ये 7 जो गुण हैं, इन 7 गुणों का समावेश अगर हो जाए तो वह निस्संदेह ही एक सफल शिक्षक हो सकता है। और मुझे लगता है कि आज हम इसी प्रकार के सचेतत्व की ओर जा रहे हैं और इसी प्रकार के सफल शिक्षक होने की ओर अग्रसर हो रहे हैं। समय, जैसा कि कहा है कि काफी अधिक समय हो चुका है, बहुत लंबी बातें हो जाती हैं, क्योंकि एक शिक्षक होने के नाते मेरा संगठन में, केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन में 36 वर्षों का अनुभव है। अगर इन सारी बातों को अगर इकट्ठा करते रहे सौरभ के कहने के अनुसार, तो शायद 36 घंटे भी कम पड़ जाएंगे। अंत में अपनी वाणी को विराम देने से पूर्व कुछ कहना चाहती हूँ। हर एक को वो बात अपने मन मस्तिष्क में संजो लेना चाहिए। वयम आयुष्यमन्तः सुमेधसः, अर्थात हम सभी को जीवन पर्यंत सुमेधा से हम परिपूर्ण रहें और अपने इन शिष्यों के लिए, अपने छात्रों के लिए हम जी जान से ऐसी कोशिश करते रहें कि हम उन्हें समाज का एक बहुत अच्छा नागरिक और बहुत मेधावान बालक बना सके। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। पुनः आप सभी को शिक्षक दिवस की अनेकानेक शुभकामनाएं। मेरे माध्यम से, इस माध्यम से, आपके माध्यम से, YouTube के माध्यम से मैं सभी बच्चों को बहुत सारे आशीर्वाद देना चाहूंगी और ये कहना चाहूंगी उन्हीं की भाषा में, वी ऑल मिस यू डियर चिल्ड्रन। जय हिंद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैम। एक जो मैंने अनुभव किया, शायद सभी शिक्षक साथी मेरा इसी प्रकार का एक अनुभव रखते होंगे या मेरे से सहमत होंगे कि किस प्रकार से बहुत मुस्कुराते हुए चेहरे के साथ गंभीर बातों को रखा जा सकता है। ये हम श्रद्धा झा मैम से सीख सकते हैं। और इसी श्रृंखला में अब मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन भोपाल संभाग की वरिष्ठतम सहायक आयुक्त मैडम श्री रानी डांगे मैडम को। रानी डांगे मैम, अगर आप मेरी आवाज सुन पा रही हैं तो आपका स्वागत है। ये एक वो व्यक्तित्व की धनी है मैडम के मुस्कुराते हुए भी। मैडम, जैसे मैंने अभी झा मैडम के लिए कहा, रानी मैडम का भी व्यक्तित्व ऐसा है कि जिससे एक बार बात कर लेती हैं तो आपका दिल करता है कि बार बार उनको सुनते रहें, उनसे बात करते रहें, उनसे मुलाकात करते रहें। तो अब मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा श्रीमती रानी डांगे मैडम को। ओवर टू यू मैम।
धन्यवाद सौरभ। मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है?
यस मैम, वेरी क्लियर मैम।
धन्यवाद। परम आदरणीय गुरु सम हमारे सबके वरिष्ठ श्री सोमच श्रीवास्तव जी, उपायुक्त भोपाल संभाग केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन, समादरणीय और समय समय पर अपने मार्गदर्शन से हमें लाभान्वित करने वाली हमारी सबकी प्रिय मैडम श्रद्धा झा, सहायक आयुक्त केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन, आज के विशेष अतिथि डॉक्टर श्रीमती डीपी सिंह, रिटायर्ड प्रिंसिपल MLB कॉलेज, एवं श्री प्रधान जी, जिनका अनुग्रह और विशेष स्नेह हमारे क्षेत्रीय कार्यालय को समय समय पर मिलता रहता है, सभी विद्वान प्राचार्यगण जो अभी मुझे सुन रहे हैं, एवं संभाग के सभी शिक्षकगण और विद्यार्थी जो YouTube के माध्यम से हमसे जुड़े हुए हैं। आज हमारे आदि गुरु भगवान शिव, योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण, सत्यान्वेषक एवं सनातन धर्म के पुनर्संस्थापक गुरु आदि शंकराचार्य, आचार्य चाणक्य, आर्यभट्ट, गुरु वशिष्ठ, आचार्य विष्णुगुप्त और स्वामी विवेकानंद जैसे शिक्षकों और गुरुओं का स्मरण और नमन करते हुए आप सभी को मैं शिक्षक दिवस की 58वें शिक्षक दिवस की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं प्रेषित करती हूं। साथ ही आज हमारे देश के दूसरे प्रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर श्री सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन जी को श्रद्धा पूर्वक नमन भी करती हूं, जिनकी स्मृति में यह दिन मनाया जाता है। भारतीय संस्कृति में एक समृद्ध गुरु शिष्य परंपरा रही है और भारतीय वाङ्मय में भी गुरु की महिमा का वर्णन अलग अलग रूपों में किया गया है। चाहे वो ये श्लोक हो जिसमें गुरु को भगवान की श्रेणी दी गई है, गुरुर ब्रह्मा गुरुर विष्णु गुरुर देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुर साक्षात परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। उस गुरु को नमन जो साक्षात परब्रह्म है। या कबीर दास जी जिन्होंने गुरु को भगवान से भी ऊंची श्रेणी दी है और कहा है, गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागू पाए, बलिहारी गुरु आपकी गोविंद दियो बताए। गुरु तक, भगवान तक पहुंचने का जो मार्ग है वो प्रशस्त सिर्फ गुरु ही करते हैं। इसीलिए गुरु को जो है भगवान से भी ऊंचा दर्जा कबीर दास ने दिया है। गुरु का शाब्दिक अर्थ आप सभी जानते हैं। गु शब्द अंधकार निवर्तित्वात् गुरु रुत्य विधीयते। गुरु जो अंधकार या अज्ञान का निवारण करे, the one who dispels the darkness of ignorance is गुरु। इसीलिए गुरु या शिक्षक का महती कार्य है कि शिक्षक शिष्य को अपने ज्ञान स्वरूप का आभास करवाएं। स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने भी जैसा कहा है, एजुकेशन इज द मैनिफेस्टेशन ऑफ द परफेक्शन ऑलरेडी इन मैन। पूर्णत्व या परफेक्शन शिष्य के अंदर मौजूद है, उसके अंदर विद्यमान है, उसका आभास करवाना ही शिक्षक का कार्य है। किसी एक मूर्तिकार ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी, मूर्ति तो उस पत्थर के अंदर पहले ही विद्यमान है, पहले ही मौजूद है, मुझे तो सिर्फ जो एक्स्ट्रा है पत्थर उसको वहां से हटाना है। I simply have to chisel out the extra rock that is there and the statue is before you। बस वही कार्य जो है हमारे शिक्षकों को हमारे विद्यार्थियों के साथ में करना है। अब जो शिष्य शब्द है ये भी बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है, बहुत ही रोचक इसका अर्थ है, और वो ये है कि शेष शब्द जो है, जो कि एक संज्ञा है, उसका ये एडजेक्टिव है, उसका ये विशेषण है। शेष जो रह जाए वो शिष्य। अब शेष, जैसा कि मूर्तिकार ने कहा कि एक्स्ट्रा रॉक इज चिजल्ड आउट एंड द स्टेच्यू इज बिफोर यू, बिल्कुल उसी तरह अगर हम माया का आवरण, जैसा कहा जाता है, सारे दुर्गुण अगर हम एक व्यक्ति में से हटा दें, विद्यार्थी होगा, एक शिष्य होगा, जो शेष रह जाए, जो सभी दुर्गुणों से विरहित हो जाए, वो शिष्य हो जाएगा। आज के दिन सभी प्राचार्यों के लिए भी एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण दिन है। प्राचार्य, प्रिंसिपल, जिसका इंग्लिश में वर्ड है प्रिंसिपल, हमारे किसी भी सरकारी में प्रिंसिपल नाम की कोई पोस्ट या पद नहीं होता है। प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी हो सकता है, वो किसी एक और दूसरे वर्ड के साथ जुड़कर उसको एक अलग स्टेटस प्रदान कर सकता है, लेकिन इसी का जो हिंदी इक्विवेलेंट है, प्राचार्य जिसको कहते हैं, कि सर ने भी कहा कि हेड टीचर, तो आप जो है प्रमुख आचार्य है, मुख्य अध्यापक हैं, और इसीलिए आपका जो है उत्तरदायित्व, आपका जो कार्य है एज ए प्रिंसिपल, एज ए प्राचार्य को अपने विद्यार्थियों के लिए एक प्रकाश पुंज बनना है और उनका मार्ग प्रशस्त करना है, उनका मार्ग आलोकित करना है। ईश्वर आपको इस महत्वपूर्ण कार्य में सहयोग प्रदान करे, आपको क्षमता प्रदान करे। मेरी यही आज आपसे शुभकामनाएं हैं। और शिक्षकों को भी उनकी गुरु होने की जो यात्रा है, यह एक ट्रांजिशन, एक पीरियड है कि गुरु होना, उस संक्रमण, उस ट्रांजिशन में मैं उनके लिए बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं आज प्रेषित करती हूँ और उनको बहुत बहुत शुभाशीष प्रदान करना चाहती हूँ इस मंच के द्वारा। और एक बार पुनः मैं सभी को, विशेषतया हमारे उपायुक्त महोदय को एवं सौरभ सर को, जिन्होंने याती हूँ, और फिर से सभी को शिक्षक दिवस की शुभकामनाएं प्रेषित करती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैम। आपके शब्दों का जो एक ताना बाना जो आपने बुना, वास्तव में वो हमें किसी एक अन्य लोक में ले गया, जहां पर हमें बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला, जिसे मैंने अभी भी इस्तेमाल किया था शब्द को, गागर में सागर वाली बात। और मैं उन शब्दों को दोहराऊं, ये इस लायक मैं नहीं हूं, ये काबिलियत अभी मुझ में नहीं है कि मैं आपके शब्दों को दोहरा सकूं। आज का दिन आप सभी, जैसे मैं पहले भी कह चुका हूं, बहुत ऐतिहासिक रहा। हमने शुरुआत की डीपी सिंह मैम से, सुमित श्रीवास्तव सर से, रानी डांगे मैम को सुना, श्रद्धा झा मैडम को सुना, प्रधान सर को सुना, अपने वरिष्ठतम प्राचार्य को सुना और शिक्षक साथियों को सुना। और इस कार्यक्रम की अंतिम कड़ी के रूप में अब मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा माननीय श्रीमती किरण मिश्रा मैडम को धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के लिए। ओवर टू यू मैम।
धन्यवाद सौरभ जेटली सर, और धन्यवाद मेरे बाकी साथियों के लिए जो धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, क्योंकि कई तो चले भी गए हैं। मोस्ट ऑनरेबल रेस्पेक्टेड प्रोफेसर नित्यानंद प्रधान जी, मोस्ट रेस्पेक्टेड ऑनरेबल डीसी सर श्री सुमित श्रीवास्तव सर, डॉक्टर श्रीमती डीपी सिंह मैम, आर रेस्पेक्टेड एसी श्रद्धा झा मैम, श्रीमती रानी डांगे मैम, fellow principals who spoke today, Mr. P.K. Bedue ji, Kiran Avasthi ma'am, Srimati Sadhna Pandey, APS Kushwaha sir. It was indeed a very good interactive session that we had today. And when you said I have to propose the vote of thanks, I was really very happy. On Teachers' Day, I get a chance to thank the teachers, all my teachers, those who have been the molding factor in my life. And I take this opportunity for the wonderful job that our fellow principals, teachers are doing to bring out the best in the students. I have noted down good points of almost all the speakers. As DC sir said, the first teacher with the child is his mother. Certainly, she is the one who introduces the child to the world. And then the teacher introduces the world and its means and ways to the child and makes the child worldly wise. Our teacher has to be always joyful, energetic, and enthusiastic. What three words to sum up the personality of a teacher? Our DC sir has beautifully put this. Today, we have this changed environment due to COVID. as Chanakya had rightly said, एक शिक्षक की गोद में निर्माण और प्रलय दोनों पलते हैं और परिवर्तन की चाबी केवल शिक्षक के हाथ में होती है। आज वो परिवर्तन हमारी कम्युनिटी ले आ रही है। बच्चा स्कूल तक नहीं आ पा रहा तो टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से हम उन बच्चों तक पहुंच रहे हैं और हर बच्चा जब ऑनलाइन क्लास अटेंड करता है, अगर उसे निर्बाध रूप से इंटरनेट कनेक्शन मिलता है तो उसे लगता है टीचर केवल उसी को पढ़ा रहा है और बड़ा खुश रहता है, क्योंकि इस इंटरेक्शन में केवल नॉलेज की आदान प्रदान होती है, कोई डिस्टरबेंस नहीं रहता है। जो इंटरैक्टिव क्लास रहती थी कोई और नहीं होता है, टीचर को 40 मिनट मिलते हैं और वो सोचता है मैं इसमें कितना बच्चों को दे। हमारी गेस्ट स्पीकर मैडम डीपी सिंह ने कहा 25,000 घंटे जो एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम ने कोट किए थे बच्चा स्कूल में बिताता है और वही 25,000 घंटे उसकी जिंदगी को बदल देते हैं। कितनी सही बात कही है। हमें बच्चा केंद्रीय विद्यालय में 12 साल तक मिलता है। किसी भी एक पल, किसी भी एक दिन अगर उसके अंदर की सीखने की, बढ़ने की लॉ अगर हम शिक्षक जगा पाए, कोई भी शिक्षक, कोई भी सिचुएशन अगर उस बच्चे के उसके अंदर की पोटेंशियल से उसे मिला पाए तो वो बच्चा बहुत महान बनता है। हम इसी कार्य के लिए हैं। हमारा प्रोफेशन नोबल प्रोफेशन कहलाता है क्योंकि केवल हमें देना आता है और देने में जो खुशी होती है हमें। हमारा एक शिक्षक जब चौक उठा के बोर्ड पे लिखना शुरू करता है तो उसके अंदर जितनी भी काबिलियत होती है, जितना भी ज्ञान होता है, वो सोचता है कि मैं जो बता रहा हूँ वो हर बच्चा ग्रहण कर ले। ऐसी सोच शायद ही किसी प्रोफेशन वाले की हो जो उसके पास वो पूरा देने को तैयार है, बशर्ते सामने वाला लेने को। आज के दिन यह मौका बहुत सुनहरा था मेरे लिए, खासकर धन्यवाद देने के लिए ये प्रबुद्ध लोगों को जो अपना काम निस्वार्थ भाव से देश की उन्नति के लिए और देश के भविष्य के लिए कर रहे हैं। एक बार फिर धन्यवाद सभी को आज के इस ऐतिहासिक वेबिनार में सम्मिलित होने के लिए। धन्यवाद दिल से।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद किरण मिश्रा मैम आपका। आप सभी साथियों का बहुत धन्यवाद और जो दर्शक हमारे साथ YouTube के माध्यम से जुड़े हैं उन सभी का भी धन्यवाद। जैसे कि मैं देख पा रहा हूं कि 500 से अधिक लाइक हमारे इस लाइव टेलीकास्ट को मिल चुके हैं और हजारों की संख्या में हमारे छात्र हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। उम्मीद करता हूं सभी तक ये जो आज के मैसेज हैं, जो ये ऐतिहासिक आज का जो ये कार्यक्रम रहा है उसके साक्षी बनेंगे। और अंत में अब मैं आज्ञा चाहूंगा, अनुमति चाहूंगा माननीय श्री सुमित श्रीवास्तव सर से कि क्या इस कार्यक्रम की समाप्ति की घोषणा की जा सकती है? सर, कैन वी कॉल ऑफ द मीटिंग?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation. Thank you.